Stop trying to be present. Okay. I know that's going to sound crazy coming from me, because I've spent the last 15, 20 years of my life teaching people how to be present, essentially teaching them what presence is, inviting people back into the present moment. But the truth of the matter is, and again, this is going to sound so crazy, you can't do it. You can't be present. You can't be in the now. And the more you try, the more you strive, the more you try and force yourself into presence, or force yourself into the now, or force yourself to be in the present moment, the more you're going to suffer, and the more you're actually going to feel further and further away from the present moment. That's what the mind does, isn't it? It makes everything into a goal. Bless it. Bless the mind. It's like a goal seeking mechanism. It's like it needs a future. So the mind, my mind, your mind, the mind, it's all the same mind ultimately. I mean, different content, but the same mechanism, the same dualistic mind. It's like it needs a future. It operates in time. It's a dualistic mechanism. So it will even take enlightenment and turn it into a thing, and turn it into something that I can get or achieve, or some state that I'll enter one day. That's the illusion. It will take peace. It will take rest. It will take relaxation. It will take anything. It will even take presence. So ironic, really. In its innocence as well, and make it into a future goal, an attainment, a place to strive for, some other place, some other moment. And isn't that the ultimate irony? It takes the concept of the present moment. I'm even talking about it right now. Like, your mind gets some kind of idea, concept, image of what the present moment is. And that's separate from, it's in the future, from right here, right now. The thing is, right here, right now is utterly, utterly, utterly unknowable, and it's mysterious, and it's prior to words. It's like the moment we even talk about the present moment, the presence itself, consciousness, awareness, the now. Inevitably, the mind is going to make that into a thing. How do I get there? How do I obtain that? How do I achieve that? It's just what the mind does. I mean, even talking about it right now is, you could say, it's part of the problem. That's one of the biggest criticisms or pieces of feedback that I've heard over the years, around my work, is that, well, aren't you just setting up these false goals for people? Aren't you just giving them like a carrot on a stick to chase? They're never going to get there. The present moment, presence, enlightenment, the now. I've used all of these words over the years, all these concepts, these ideas. In Zen Buddhism, they talk about the finger pointing to the moon. I love this image. And they say that the problem is that we can so easily end up focusing on the finger. Just imagine someone's over there pointing to the moon, and you're like focusing on their finger. You think the finger is the most important thing, the thing that's pointing. And of course that represents language, words, concepts. Even the word the moon, or the word presence, or the word now, or the word awareness, whatever word it is, it's a finger. We're not meant to obsess over the words and go deeper into the words and fight over the words. I've met so many people over the years who are fighting each other over spiritual concepts, definitions, words. It's like fighting over fingers, or fingers fighting each other, something like that. So the point isn't to, as they say in Zen, the point isn't to suck the finger. The point is to look over there. Look, observe, pay attention. Look at that primal mystery, that majestic, unknowable phenomenon that we call the moon, that we point at and say moon. Just like I'm doing, I mean, and it's there's nothing wrong with that. Like we have to, I'm learn language. I'm teaching. We are teaching our, well, she's 2 now, our 2-year-old daughter language. What's that? Well, we call it the moon. But of course, what it is not the finger. It's not the word. It's not the concept. It's not the idea. You could read 100 books about the moon, but ultimately you have to put all that knowledge to one side and look. In the same way you can read 100, 1,000 books, as I've probably done in my life, about presence, about awareness, about consciousness, about enlightenment, about being in the now, about being in the present moment. But ultimately, the answer is not there in the words. The present moment is not there in all the books about the present moment. Consciousness is not there in all the fingers, in all the books about consciousness. They're all beautiful. I'm a writer myself. I love language. I love words. But what I know at the very core of my being is that the language, the words are not the thing. They're just fingers pointing to the moon. And in this case, what is the moon? It's the majestic, unknowable, mysterious fact of your being. And again, call it being, call it presence, call it consciousness, call it awareness, call it who you really are. We have to, at some point, realize that it really doesn't matter which words we use. Let's not fight over fingers. Let's not obsess over the fingers or spend our time sucking the fingers. So that's why I say, ultimately, presence is not a place you can get to. The present moment is not a place you can get to. I'll never forget, years ago on a retreat that I was leading, in the break, one of the participants came up to me and he was really, really, really struggling, bless him. He's like, his whole body was so tight. It was so tight. And he told me he'd been studying non-duality for many, many years, Advaita, all the spiritual teachings. He'd read all the spiritual books and followed all the spiritual teachers and the gurus, and he'd gone to India, and he was ultimately searching for this thing called presence, awareness. And bless him, bless his heart. He was, and this is what I resonate with him, because this is what I used to do. He was trying so hard to be present, bless him. He was trying so hard to be present. Like I said, his whole trying to be present. I'm trying to be present, because that's what he thought he had to do. That's what he thought the teaching was saying, is be present. His mind was making it into a goal. And so, because I recognized his situation and his suffering and the futility of it, he was never going to get there through trying. So I just kind of invited him to not be present. Sometimes you have to go that other direction. It's like you have to meet people where they are, So I just invited him to give up trying to be present, and give himself full permission to not be present. I said, try not being present. And he kind of, I'll never forget, he kind of took it in for a few moments. And then I just saw his whole system just kind of relax. There was just this wave of like relief, because being present was not something he could do, but not being present, not being in the now, was something that he was doing really well. I mean, in his own mind, right? And then, of course, so here's the paradox. Here's the wonderful paradox. Maybe the ultimate paradox is, in that seeming lack of presence, in giving himself full permission to not be in the now, he was fully in the now. Why? Because now is all there is. Because in the now, I am fully not in the now. In presence, I am so not present. But even that seeming experience of not being present, even if that seeming experience of not being in the now is happening in the only place it could possibly be happening, which is now. That experience of not being present, oh my God, I'm so not present. I am so far from presence. I am so far from the now. That very experience, which is a valid experience, by the way, that very experience is happening in absolute presence. It's happening now, because now is all there is. Like, it can't not be now. Even if it was not now, even if your experience right now is that you're not in the present moment, or you're not in the now, you have to admit that your experience, that very experience, that precise experience is happening now, is happening in presence, which is really all there is, because time is ultimately an illusion in the sense that clock time exists in the mind. Past, future, thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future, memories, fantasies about what's going to happen next. All of those thoughts, all of those images are arising in presence. So presence is not in time in that sense. Time arises in presence, but presence is not in time. Anyway, that's getting really technical. But the point was the relief for this lovely guy was found through love, through deep allowing, through deep permission. It's not like I gave him permission, but I think I reminded him he could give himself full permission to be exactly as he was. Like, just stop fighting your experience. It's only going to lead to suffering. So I'll never forget that sense of relief he felt when he fully allowed himself to not be present. And of course, paradoxically, that was absolute presence. And his body knew it. His body knew it, that deep relaxation, that relief. That was like, oh, like a remembering, like a knowing. Oh, it's here, it's here, it's here. It's always here. It's always here. It's the ocean, ever present, no matter what the waves are doing, thoughts, sensations, feelings in your experience, states, altered states, spiritual states, all come and go. Those are all the waves, but the ocean of presence, again, call it what you want, the ocean of you never comes and goes. So that's why I say, and I hope you can understand this now, thank you for watching up to this point, by the way, is that's why I say you can't do presence. That's why I say stop trying to be present. Stop making presence into a future attainment or a goal, or stop making enlightenment or awakening or awareness, any of these things, into a future goal. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just what the mind does. But this is an invitation to just be aware of this whole mechanism. And that's what meditation really is this moment by moment invitation to notice, oh wow, my mind is so off in the past, off in the future. Oh wow, my mind has made presence into a goal. Oh my God, look, I'm chasing consciousness. What? Everything is right here. It's right here. It's right here. It's like the eyeball, and these are all, overused metaphors, but it's like the eyeball trying to see itself. It's like a wave in the ocean trying to find the ocean. The wave will exhaust itself, as we do. Bless our hearts, trying to find the ocean. And maybe that's all part of the process. Maybe we all have to go through that seeking experience, trying to find, or desperately trying to find. But then at some point, there is this remembering, oh, it's already here. I am already that. It's like that famous book by Nisargadatta Maharaj, I Am That. It's like, oh, I am already the ocean. I have always been that. Call it whatever you want. It's all fingers pointing to the moon. It's all fingers pointing to the moon. It's here. And that's where the relief can come. That's where the relaxation can come. That's where the nervous system can just rest. There's nowhere to get to. Presence is not a goal. So that's why I say to people, actually, the truth is you cannot not be present. You cannot not be in the now. And at that point, even the phrase in the now kind of collapses, it disintegrates, falls back into the ocean. In the now, out of the now, in the now, out of the now, in presence, out of presence, present, not present. All of those waves kind of just relax back into the ocean. So I hope that was helpful to some of you. I know that this stuff used to just drive me up the wall, quite literally. And when one day I've just finally realized, oh my God, it's the wave seeking the ocean. It's the wave seeking itself. There's no separation. It brought such a deep sense of relief, such a deep sense of relief that the sacredness is in the ordinary. The extraordinary is in the ordinary. Just sitting here, breathing, wearing clothes or not wearing clothes, hearing these words, understanding them, not understanding, and understanding them, trying to be present or not trying to be present, trying to escape the now or being in the now or not being in the now, or, you know, feeling grief or feeling joy or feeling everything in between. It's all divine. Doesn't mean it's always comfortable, doesn't mean it's always easy, it doesn't mean we don't forget this sometimes, because we do. And yet even that forgetting, yeah, of course, sometimes the wave forgets that it is the ocean and it starts seeking again. But this is the beauty of meditation, because every moment is a new invitation to remember. It's kind of built into the moment is this invitation to remember. And that's why everything can help you. You know, a bird singing in the tree over there, or a car beeping its horn, or the sound of kids playing, or a sensation in your body, or a piece of music, or anything can be a meditation bell. Anything can remind you, oh, it's here. It's here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, please subscribe to my channel if you like these videos. I'll be making more of these free videos as time goes on, even though time is an illusion. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.